Hola, hi. Don't edit your unique self out of your creations. That is, whether it's content creation or whether it's art or any kind of thing where you actually wanted to express your unique self, and then the fear kicked in, that lovely inner critic of ours that at the end of the day has just the job to keep us safe, right? And it comes in, oh, you can't possibly share this makes you look stupid, or it makes you look like you're not good enough, or whatever the story is. And so then we take the most juicy parts back out of our creation, or we keep on working on something that had something really unique and interesting, but we think it's not good enough yet. And we keep on editing and editing and editing until it's perfect. But the actual thing that made it really interesting and enticing completely has left the building. I've seen this quite a few times. When it comes to content creation, I remember someone I knew who shared a reel, an Instagram reel, and it was like a very generalized topic. And when I asked her about what is this about, she told me this totally interesting story that was instigating that post, but she didn't put the actual story in it. And the end version, the generalized version, was something anyone could have said, and that's the point, And I remember years ago when I did a painting course with Ona B. She's an Austrian artist and performance artist. And there was this one woman, she did beautiful paintings, but she would paint 3 paintings in one, meaning that she would have something gorgeous and then she would keep on destroying it again and painting on top of it until it was completely disappeared. And so what I'm trying to say, there are different kinds of editing. I think obviously when we create something, we create a video, for example, let's say an art film, we're gonna edit it. It has a purpose. We are editing it with a purpose because we want to convey something. Most of my shorts, the dance videos, for example, are edited. But it's not about appearing perfect. It's about conveying a story and making an impact. So I think one way to figure out whether you're caught up in, perfectionism editing and as a consequence, editing yourself out of it, the thing that makes you you, and editing to convey something, to make an impact, to tell a story, is exactly that you check in with yourself. Where am I coming from? Am I coming from the fear of not being good enough right now? And have I gone already too far? Or am I coming still from, I want to make a certain point, I want to convey something. So that makes a huge difference. I think also you can check in with your body, when you ask those questions, because if it's coming from the fear, you will feel a contraction in your body. And if it's still coming from, you're exploring something, you're trying to find a good way, it will feel more expansive in the body. But I think, look, I think I have said that before. I really don't believe that it is a wise thing to be authentic everywhere and anywhere, because there are some spaces where we do as a person need to edit ourselves out to be safe. But when it comes to expressing ourselves, when it comes to expressing our unique self in art, this is the one place where I really believe we should not limit ourselves. On the contrary, we should have the courage and find the courage to explore as many facets as possible and be curious and open towards what appears, and then find the courage to share that, because even though obviously the critic will still have its say, but you can calm it down and still post it, because this is the stuff where someone else is going to watch it or see it and say, I really needed to see this today. Or they feel touched in some way they wouldn't feel if you would have edited that part of yourself out. And I think, yes, it takes courage. But creativity and art is, in a way, not a safe thing anyways, And so I think it's more important to create the safety for yourself when you put your stuff out on social media, that you're clear on how you deal with reactions, whether you have somebody else reading through the comments first, or whether you gonna block toxic comments, stuff like this. This is the way you can create the safety, you can create the boundary. And I think that's important. But your art is about really expressing your unique self. The thing only you can do, the thing that makes you you, and the thing that's really intriguing and interesting. And unfortunately, I just see it too often that people might be very skilled, but they basically added the interesting, intriguing, unique thing out in their final product. And that's a great pity, because it's we are here for the thing that's wild and a little bit untamed, that's unique. That's what we are here for. That's what we want to see. That's what inspires us. That's what makes us go, oh, I want to try and do that as well. We want to have the things that are a little bit raw and touch our soul. Obviously good and skilled, but we don't want to lose that. And I personally believe rather have it imperfect, but make an impact and be intriguing, exciting, and have some sort of rawness to it, than have it over perfect. If it's between those things, ideally it's something that has been worked on, but still has a little bit of this rawness in it as well, a combination of them both. That is obviously all my opinion, but yeah, just don't butcher the stories you really have to tell because you're afraid that someone might judge it. It's not worth it. We want to have the juicy stuff. So that's it for today. I would love to hear from you whether you relate to that subject. This is Anja. Join me on the journey from hiding to thriving. Take good care. Bye-bye.